Hi everyone, this is Jason Yu, and my research topic is on the impact of macroeconomic factors that affect American export performance. My paper will provide empirical analysis on the sensitivity of American export performance to change in exchange rate, inflation measuring CPI, money supply, total reserves, and real interest rate. It attempts to answer the question of what are the most important macroeconomic factors that determine the export performance in the United States and what are their relative effects. The importance of the study is to provide to researchers and policymakers the indicators of the export performance and their influences on specific commodity categories in the United States. There are currently over 17 million shipping containers in circulation worldwide, enabling an elaborate ballet of components and finished goods circling the globe. Up to 1870, the sum of worldwide exports accounted for less than 10% of global output. Today, the value of exported goods around the globe has grown to almost 25% of global output. In the modern economy, globalization can be recognized as one of the defining trends. The wide-ranging effects of globalization are complex and politically altered. Therefore, in the era of global economic integration, understanding the underlying driving factors of export performance and their relative influences can pave the way for alleviating problems while sustaining the wider payoffs. Yet, vast economic literature yields highly inconsistent empirical results on this topic. The widespread popular perception concludes that greater exchange rate risk reduces trade and is strongly related to currency market intervention by the central banks. From a theoretic point of view, a monetary expansion that leads to depreciation in the domestic currency will predominantly increase exports and decrease imports as predicted by the ISLM model. It is evident that export performance of a country has been predominantly determined by various macroeconomic indicators. The traditional view states that exchange rate volatility causes revenue uncertainty, which will dampen trade. Further, Wang and Barry also demonstrate that change in importing country industrial production and change in the expected exchange rate are found to jointly drive the trade volumes. Moreover, many empirical results have predominantly confirmed the interdependencies between macroeconomic factors such as exchange rate volatility, economic growth, internal trade, and inward foreign direct investment. Lastly, for the one scholarly research that is related to mine, Newing and Dew conducted an co-integration analysis to find the impact of exchange rate shocks, inward foreign direct investment, and import on export performance in Vietnam. Their empirical design inspired me to navigate my approach from a different direction. Instead of using the IV model, my study will incorporate with time series and will conduct tests on stationality, and co-integration to locate the most appropriate models. Further, the research shows a distinctive result for the effects of variables between short and long run. In specific, the results demonstrate that a higher value of import significantly accelerates export performance in the short run, but insignificantly generates in the long run. When the volume of registered foreign investment goes up, the export performance will predominantly decrease in both short run and the long run. Historically, countries worldwide are more likely to devaluate their currencies in order to support export performance. According to their study, the exchange rate volatility has an effect on the external trade in the long run, but no effect in the short run. And this inspired me to obtain a more precise result and estimation of the linkage of my study in both short run and long run. That's everything for my presentation, and thank you guys for listening.